Louisiana's Barataria-Terrebonne estuary system, the area of the state located between the Mississippi and the Atchafalaya rivers, could possibly be one of the most diverse ecosystems along the Gulf Coast. And if you've spent just a small amount of time exploring this area, you are bound to notice the abundance of birds that claim this vital habitat. One of those species is the Prothonotary Warbler.
Louisiana in particular is especially important for breeding habitat for this species. It's estimated that a quarter of the breeding population breeds right here in Louisiana.
These tiny yellow and gray migratory songbirds rely on South Louisiana bayous as nesting grounds in late spring and early summer.
One of the reasons why we're studying this species is, although it's not a species that is endangered or threatened, it is a species of conservation concern. Since the 1960s, there's been around a 40% decline in the overall population of this bird. So by introducing nest boxes into the correct habitat, you could help increase nest success for the species.
And for the past several years, biologists are using research of the Prothonotary Warbler to determine ways to improve habitat for all migratory bird species.
The Estuary program put out around 75 boxes that we monitor each breeding season. The males begin to arrive in late March, and the females show up shortly after, and we monitor these boxes through the breeding season, usually till mid-July. And by August, these birds will start preparing to make their migratory journey back to their wintering grounds. 3 eggs.
With this project, researchers capture the warblers at their nesting boxes. Then they apply a small numeric tracking band and also record measurements, weight, and other vital statistics.
So by blowing the feathers around, I can see her skin and see the fat content, and also see if there's any pin feathers forming. See where the feathers are missing. So during the breeding season, the females will lose those feathers so she could incubate her eggs and young. It's supposed to help with the heat transfer. The males of this species do not have that brood patch.
What is fascinating is that through these bands, the scientists have learned that the birds have a keen sense of location when migrating, leaving their nesting grounds in Louisiana in August to return to their wintering grounds in Central and South America.
They have high site fidelity, which that means they'll come back to the same breeding area and the same wintering area each year. They travel thousands of miles and they can hone in on this one individual nest box. I've had several females now that I banded in 2016, and they come back to the same box or one near it every year. That's pretty cool. Over 400 plus species of birds have been found within Louisiana in our estuary. Estuaries are one of the most productive ecosystems on our planet, and specifically Louisiana and our estuary. So for neotropical migrants, even the ones that don't stay here, it provides refuge for them to stop and refuel along the way.